So, you know, you ain't gotta try to, force yourself to see what these eyes ain't gonna understand. Like, you just gotta be mindful that, you know, these eyes don't see the whole truth. They can't. That's why we see things and look at it from a point of view like things is happening to us instead of for us. Every situation, you're just not going to look at it. You kind of gotta look at it from like a bird's eye view, and that takes time and being mindful. It's not in the moment. That's why you respond to certain things. Well, you react to certain things instead of responding to them. When you react, you acting out of a physical, emotional kind of thing, and that's why we see a lot of. It's not even a miscommunication thing. It's sort of like you know, you rush to a judgment and say, because I feel like this must be happening to me versus something happening for you. Point case, if you know we dealing with this physical, we dealing in the physical. When something happens, we have a memory of what happened. That thing happened. We was all together at the party, and you remember everything that happened at the party. That's because that's how the physical, you know, you remember what you saw anyhow, and you interpreted what you was looking at it a certain way, based off of the vibe of the environment that you was in. You know, whether y'all was turned up, feeling nice, and they got chippy in there. That's the only way you can see it from a physical standpoint, right? And looking with these physical eyes. When you sit back and reflect, when you reflect on it, you say, I was out of space. I was out of space and time. I wasn't even supposed to be there. So you was creating with what you had to create with, right? That was all the energy there that you was able to do in the physical, right? Place and purpose, what I was there for, right? You was turned up, you was having a good time, you was out partying, right? Yeah, y'all drinking, smoking, doing, whatever, you know how it go. So while you getting it in, enjoying this physical, right? It was problems that was there waiting on you, because that's what you was creating with. It wasn't really no purpose. It wasn't no purpose to be there. So a confrontation happens. These things are often, I don't want to call it miscommunications. That's all you can create with. That's all you can create. You gotta look at it. We create the circumstances that we put ourselves in. You create that. So if you put in if being mindful, sticking to your guns, you say you're gonna travel the straight and narrow, the most direct way to get to where we gotta go. We're not making too many stops. We're gonna stop where it's necessary. You're gonna stop where to get gas. You're gonna stop to eat. What's up, bro? You're gonna stop to eat. Just the necessary stops. We're not doing nothing extra. That right there, you made the intention to get from point A to point B the best in the most direct way that's possible. We can't predict what's going to happen down the road, but we made a plan to get there, right? When you start, if you don't if you can't navigate through life like that, if you're not navigating, that's putting your GPS on. You know what I mean? If you can't navigate like that, you're bound to just react, be in react, you know what I mean? Be in react mode versus responding. Now we can respond to, a flat tire. If we was going down to get somewhere. Okay, we got a flat, we had to stop here. We just stopped here real quick, boom, we're gonna get back in motion, right? But when you're not navigating at all and you just freestyling, right? That's now you're relying on the physical to be that's like you're judging and you're reacting based off of just what you understand. And using the eyes is not understanding at all. You got 50 people see something that happened over there at the bus stop. 50 people see it, and you have 50 different interpretations of what actually happened. Because we're looking at it, and all 50 of them could be wrong, right? Because we're just using our eyes. We're using the physical eyes as a response to navigate us where we gotta. That's not it. That's not even the way. Things ain't always happening to us. It's happening for us. You had to go through that thing. If not, you wouldn't have the understanding of it. Oh, you did that twice, right? Okay. You had to repeat that lesson, right? You had to go through that thing, you know what I mean? To learn, right? To grow. And now you can develop it different once you stop looking at it from or perceiving it as something that's happening to you versus it happening for you. Because now you're using your mind. See, when you look at it and say, oh, okay. I see how I put myself there. I wasn't getting, they ain't put, you know what I mean? That wasn't placed on me. I wasn't even supposed to be over there with them. They wasn't even supposed to be around me. They was attaching themselves to me. That wasn't even my crowd. That wasn't even my that wasn't even my way of life for real, right? I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing because I wasn't using my mind, right? So that's the that's the difference. These eyes don't see the whole truth, man. They don't. And you have to be mindful, and then you have to respond. You have to respond. The brother, I cannot think of the brother's name, man. I can't think of the brother's name. He's a fighter, right? And he was just saying, even in reference to responding versus reacting, right? You get your nose busted, right? Your nose is broken. Okay. Good fight last night. You know what I mean? We was in there. We was, you know what I mean? So, like when you get that nose broke, and now you're upset, you emotional, and then you want to react, and you just want to, cause your shit broke. You can't see right. Your eyes is watering, blood everywhere, but you have to respond to that, or else you're gonna lose. You gotta respond to it. Somebody get the best of you. Okay, cool. You gotta recalibrate. You know what I mean, and restructure your deal. And you got to make the best of the circumstance, to make it work for you. Okay. That thing didn't happen to you; it happened for you. You got to restructure that deal. And not necessarily go back at the table. Make a different table. Let them keep it. Keep the table. Y'all keep this one. I'll go get me another one. Man. And and that, it takes that's part of development and growing. You gotta respond, not react. And then you respond by using your mind. You react by using You know what I mean? You react in the physical because you remember what was said, you remember what was done. That's the way the physical work, right? But your mind doesn't. That's not your mind remembering. Your mind is creating. Okay, yeah, that happened to me last time. So what I'm gonna do this instead, right? Now, when I move things around, put me in a position so when I get to this point, I'll be able to do this, But in able to do any of those things, I have to become this. I have to become this in order to make any of this happen. Because that's the type of, that's what it's going to take for me to be this instead of that. And that's the importance of being mindful and not reacting with this physical, in the physical, man. Because these eyes don't see the whole truth, not the whole truth, But man, glad y'all can make it, man. We made it, man. Sunny on a Sunday, man. Feel good in here. Hey, y'all. Peace.